The Micah Parsons deal might be a little more complicated than you think because of how Parsons is perceived in the building.
105.3 The Fan, one of the
Yeah,
flagship station.
Yeah.
They've had enough of him. They're getting tired of him.
That feeling is still there, from what I understand. He just rubs some people the wrong way. So that report a couple of years ago was right on the money.
When you have a great player, when you have one of the best defensive players in football, you find a way to coexist with him.
It's an issue, but how big of an issue? Is it a deal breaker?
How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And as I was going through YouTube to look up some Dallas Cowboys content, I came across NFL on NBC, Mike Florio's Pro Football Talk, where him and Michael Holley were talking about the age-old story that us Cowboys fans have been trying to get rid of when it comes to the social media and as well as our content. But that is trading Micah Parsons. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, and y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's go ahead and take a listen to the first clip from Pro Football Talk.
When they canceled Jerry Jones' annual all the reporters come onto my bus and kiss my ring press conference that Jerry Jones does every year because he was too busy to do it, as if he's ever too busy to talk about the Cowboys. Like, that's his number one item on the to-do list every day of his life, is talk about the Cowboys. There was some speculation, especially because sources were drying up on the folks who cover the Cowboys. Like at the Combine, the people who usually jabber weren't jabbering. There was speculation that something was up, including, and the speculation, again, is just that. But the weird circumstances invited it. What about, and Shireen Williams mentioned this yesterday, what about Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett? You could do straight up, old school Ken Stabler, Dan Pastorini, straight up, nothing else. We get Garrett, you get Parsons. You get to pay Parsons. You've already paid Garrett. We may have to give him a little bit more, but we'll be fine. We remove this guy that, he does that podcast. Like, that's a problem. But if it is for the Cowboys, then that adds into the calculation that we don't want to pay him a massive contract.
See, Cowboys Nation, this is something that I don't understand. When it comes to Mike Florio and Pro Football Talk, he is always talking about rumors. See, here's another rumor that he's reported on. This has got to stop, Cowboys Nation. It has got to stop. For some odd reason, people in the 4 and 3 letter networks just want to get rid of Micah Parsons. They don't want him to be a Dallas Cowboy, and they want to send him into the land of obscurity in Cleveland. Kind of like what we did with Amari Cooper, you know what I'm saying? But speculation? Why do you report on speculation if it's speculation that you're reporting on? You want to have hard, concrete evidence. No Diddy. You want to have hard, concrete evidence on the fact that if the Dallas Cowboys were indeed talking about this, that it is factual, 100% truth. Otherwise, you're putting that BS up in the air. But Cowboys Nation, we got another clip that I'm going to go ahead and play for you. So let's get into the second clip.
As far as that deal straight up, I know Myles Garrett would love it. He'd love to go from the Browns to the Cowboys. Question is, how would Micah Parsons feel about that? Yeah, the Browns, we know they pay, as you said, that Deshaun Watson contract. Any player in the league is saying, yeah, he's not really a good player, but he's got guaranteed money, and that's what we're all looking for. You'll get the money. Would he like to go from this franchise, even though they haven't been, the Browns have never been to the Super Bowl, but even though the Cowboys haven't been in championship contention, conference championship contention in 30 years, it's still the Dallas Cowboys, still a high-profile franchise. The Cleveland Browns, you get traded there, you're not going to win the division. next year. You already know that. You know, probably not going to make the playoffs next year. The podcast is helped by the Dallas Cowboys Association. Is the podcast helped by the Cleveland Browns? I don't think so.
That's one thing about playing with the Dallas Cowboys, Cowboys Nation. They are contenders. They may not be Super Bowl contenders, but they are contenders that make it to the playoffs more often than not under Dak Prescott and have a chance to go to the big dance. You can't go to the big dance if you're not making the playoffs. Cowboys Nation has seen this. So why would anybody think that Micah Parsons would willy-nilly want to go to the Cleveland Browns, to go into the land of obscurity, like I said before, and not have an impact as far as his wants, his desires, his needs to become a champion? Cowboys Nation, I don't care what anybody says, the Dallas Cowboys have more of a chance to make it to the Super Bowl than the Cleveland Browns. I mean, let's look at the history. The Dallas Cowboys have 5 Super Bowls, while the Cleveland Browns have how many? 0. So I really don't think this is anywhere in the realm of possibility. But Cowboys Nation, people love to dream, people love to gossip, people love to get those clicks and have those titles so that people click on it. But we're going to go ahead and get into the third clip that I got for you so I can unleash this raw and uncut. So, Cowboys Nation, let's go ahead and take a listen to that clip.
It would be easy to get a Micah Parsons deal done if the Cowboys wanted to. So the question is, do they want to? And if they don't, why don't they want to? And is it, Michael, the possibility that they want to get out of the Micah business?
It's a very good question, because everything, if you just look at him on the field, there's nothing to think about. You think about all the things that he's able to do and from a variety of positions. I mean, really, he can do everything defensively. Everything. He can cover, he can rush. I mean, he's tough, he's strong, he's fat. I mean, everything you want, defensive end, linebacker, whatever you want to call him, edge guy, a disruptor, everything you want him to do, he can do it. So you do wonder if there's something else.
So, Angry Cowboys fan and Cowboys Nation, are they in the business of Micah Parsons? Are they in the business of wanting to get rid of Micah Parsons? Or are they in the business to keep Micah Parsons in-house? But you know what? Y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Why in the absolute hell are we having this conversation still, Cowboys Nation? Why are the 3 and 4 letter networks still perpetuating this bull crap? I just don't get it, Cowboys Nation. The Dallas Cowboys have a top tier pass rusher in Micah Parsons. The Dallas Cowboys have a top tier edge rusher in Micah Parsons. They have a top tier off the ball linebacker if they want to use him in that capacity, Cowboys Nation. Why would we want to get rid of him? I know everybody loves Myles Garrett, but my thing is this, Cowboys Nation. Instead of getting rid of Micah Parsons, if I were the GM, I am trying to get Myles Garrett in the building to pair with Micah Parsons. If we're not going to keep DeMarcus Lawrence on that other edge, I am trying to get another edge rusher in there that can actually go toe-to-toe and blow for blow and allow Micah Parsons to eat while also eating himself. DeMarcus Lawrence did that pretty well in Micah Parsons' earlier years, Cowboys Nation. But we need somebody else that can actually get that job done. I feel that D-Law does have a little bit left in the tank, but he is in his twilight years. And what the Dallas Cowboys are trying to do now, you see it with the coaching staff. We're trying to get a little bit younger. So we need to get a younger person in that position. And Cowboys Nation, we could really benefit from another defensive end instead of actually swapping Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett. And real quick, I just had to look up the ages of Myles Garrett and DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence is 32 years old. He's going to be turning 33 April 28th, so he'll be 33 in the 2025 NFL season. And Myles Garrett, well, Myles Garrett is 29. He will be 30 December 29th. So we still get him in his 29th year. So it would be a nice type of fit if Myles Garrett was here. But I, as a Cowboys fan, am not looking to trade off Micah Parsons. I'm not looking to get rid of Micah Parsons. I'm looking to pair somebody with Micah Parsons. And Myles Garrett would be the ideal player to pair with him. And when that story came out with 105.3 The Fan, I knew it was going to grow legs. I knew it was going to explode and everybody was going to talk about it. I just didn't think that they would be talking about it so close to free agency. And Mike Florio and them are talking about they don't know if the Dallas Cowboys are in the business of actually getting Micah Parsons a contract. But I would say to the contrary, Cowboys Nation, I believe that they want to get Micah Parsons a contract. And if they don't get Micah Parsons a contract, then they're not going to trade him because they would look to be getting some picks as well as getting a player for this year. Why trade Micah Parsons for picks if you cannot use them this year? I mean, I understand the whole Archie Manning thing and the people want to actually go after Archie Manning and hopefully he could be our backup quarterback for the future. And trading a Micah Parsons, you would almost but guarantee a first round pick in next year's NFL draft so you could possibly attain Archie Manning. I hate to tell everybody this, but I don't think Myles Garrett is going anywhere this year. I know he has requested a trade, but at the end of the day, it's all up to the Cleveland Browns front office in order to will and deal him and to get him out of Cleveland. Right now, he is one of the only shining stars that the Cleveland Browns have. So in all actuality, how realistic is this move, Cowboys Nation? How realistic is it? It's messed up because Mike Florio continues to report on it, even though it really doesn't have any type of legs. He's talking about Jerry Jones not being there at the combine on his bus, having reporters come on and actually talk to him and kiss the ring. But what happened shortly after the combine? You had a lot of signings from the Dallas Cowboys, correct? And from what I understand from the reportings that I've heard was that Jerry Jones had his mind on re-signing these other players that were already on our team. He really wasn't interested in the combine. That's why you had Brian Schottenheimer and the coaching staff, as well as Will McClay and Stephen Jones there to actually put eyes on the field. Jerry Jones, black suit Spider-Man Jerry Jones, yeah, he was there because he didn't want to get fined, pretty much. But Cowboys Nation, I am team do not trade Micah Parsons. I am team dogs for the Dallas Cowboys, and Micah Parsons is a dog. I mean, I would entertain trade talks if a team were to call me and give me this huge king's ransom for Micah Parsons, something that I could not turn down. Then I would really think serious about it. But as of right now, I would be considering Micah Parsons a Dallas Cowboy for the future. I will be looking at getting his contract done, and I will be looking at getting it done now so that we could go into this free agency, which is 5 days away, with some bread. You can go into free agency and look to attain Pro Bowl edge rusher Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals. You could actually go into free agency and look at the Washington Commanders and get Jonathan Allen, a defensive tackle that they just released. So it wouldn't take up any draft capital. It would just take you wooing Jonathan Allen to come from the Washington Commanders over to the Dallas Cowboys and to stick it to Dan Quinn. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. What do y'all feel about Mike Florio's reporting on Micah Parsons and this narrative continuing with the 3 and 4 letter networks? How do you feel about it, Cowboys Nation? Y'all know how we do it. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video and please consider sharing it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. We are almost near 10,000 subscribers and I need your help in doing it. I believe I am about 450 people away. I need your help. Let's get it, Cowboys Nation. If you are DC for life and you want the Dallas Cowboys to make moves but not make a dumbass move like trading off Micah Parsons for peanuts, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdown, draft coverage, or Madden 25 or College Football 25 gameplay. And Cowboys Nation, in about an hour and 24 minutes, your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, will be going live. So make sure you are subbed up to the channel so you can get that notification. Make sure you come over, and I appreciate all you guys coming over and giving me your time and support. Most importantly, I thank you all for giving the Dallas Cowboys your support and being DC for life. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. See you at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.